So there's a lot of crazy things happening in the world today that are all over the internet, but I want to take a second and sit back and actually make sure that our foundation is actually intact. Recently, there was a video that went out on the internet, and it was of Donald Trump signing the American flag. I'll show you right here. So a lot of people believe this is not a big deal. And you know what? In the scheme of things, it's really not that big of a deal. But the reason why I'm actually making a video about this is because I believe there's a lot of Americans that may be getting away from the actual foundation of what it means to actually be an American. And that can be very dangerous. You guys all know, like, Donald Trump, he's trying to do some good for the world, okay? I'm perfectly on board with that. Absolutely. I do believe that there are some people, some Americans, that put Trump on a pedestal, though, that is higher than America itself. And I believe that is very dangerous, almost like a cult-like mentality. Now, I don't want everybody to go bonkers saying that Jerry Wayne's out here saying that if you are a supporter of Trump, you're in a cult. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. And I'll probably have to say this a couple times throughout the video because there's a lot of people that are on the right that get just as triggered as people on the left. So let's talk about this for a moment. Actually, let's look up the code of conduct when it comes to the American flag. So, all right, the American Flag Code of Conduct, Section 8G of the Flag Code states, the flag should never have placed upon it, nor on any part of it, nor attached to any mark of it, insignia, letter, word, figure, design, picture, or drawing of any nature. That goes against the code of conduct. And when Donald Trump is signing the American flag, what he is doing is actually disgracing the American flag. Now, again, it's not that big of a deal in the scheme of things, but what he did was wrong. He's putting his stature above America itself. And I believe that he probably should apologize for it. Again, I'm not going to beat this drum forever, but you should not be putting your signature on the flag. It's desecration. It's the same thing as burning it. You shouldn't do that. And I actually brought this up to somebody over on X, and they said, well, he was asked to sign it. It's their property. They were asked to sign it. Yeah, I understand that. But if it was their property and they asked him to burn it, and he burnt it, would that just be okay? Of course it wouldn't. So what you're doing is that you're making yourself the arbiter of what is right and wrong when it comes to desecration of the flag. Let's just go by the code of conduct. That's what we've done for many, many years, and we should just keep it at that. Don't sign the American flag. It's not your flag. It's our flag, and it represents all of us. So stop messing with it. So I also want to make another point. Earlier when I said, like some people have a cult-like mentality. This is my point here. If you were to see Kamala Harris sign the American flag, people would lose their minds. But because it's Trump doing it, it's okay. If we don't have a foundation, if we don't have guidelines and borders around what is right and what is wrong, it's a very slippery slope. And if you let somebody of the stature of, say, Donald Trump do this, well then, who's to say that the next guy does it if he's wrong or not? So you can't pick and choose who is allowed and who is not allowed to desecrate the flag. You just need to have a flat out line that it is not okay. And all Americans should see Donald Trump doing this as not really a red flag per se, but a misjudgment of character. I'm sure he was caught up in the moment. I'm sure that he just was trying to do something for one of his followers and to do something nice. And he might not know exactly the legalities. Actually, it's not even against the law technically to do that. But he doesn't know the guidelines per se when it comes to actually respecting the flag. And it's an honest mistake. People make mistakes all the time. Donald Trump is human. But he is not above criticism. And I think it's up to us, we the people, to criticize people who do make mistakes so we don't make those mistakes again. So I just want to cap this off, everybody, that I'm not saying that I hate Donald Trump. I'm not saying that you're in a cult. But what I am saying is that when you are able to overlook someone from doing something negatively against our country, you're putting them at a higher level above the country itself. And in this case, it's America. And America shouldn't be treaded on by anyone, including Donald J. Trump. All right, guys, I'll leave you with that. I love you all. I'll see you on the next one. Out of here.
Your AR-14s.
Okay, this is not okay.